Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. This is Bryson Husen. Today we're going to check out a little reamp slash DI box that has made my life a lot easier in recent months. This is the RedEye 3D Phantom DI and reamp box from Little Labs. Alright, so like the name says, this is a DI and a reamp box. So basically, instead of having to have two units like you normally would, say having like a radial DI or whatever, and another radial box for reamping, you get it all kind of in one little unit here, along with some additional features that are really nice and handy as well, such as basically you have a active buffered instrument input. So this requires phantom power, and it turns on this nice little red light, so hence the name RedEye. And so basically what this does is it delivers an active DI of your guitar signal, meaning that you're not going to suffer from long cable lengths and that sort of thing. It's going to be as pure of a signal as possible. And so the manual obviously recommends using that with passive pickups. Is typically what you would do. But, you know, for us active users, and sort of the way that I mostly use it, even though I admittedly go between the two, there's an unbuffered input on the back. Some of the other features on this, of course, you have a ground lift. That's super important. Instrument reamp polarity. Your DI reamp push of a button here. I mean, literally, it is as simple as that to go from DI to reamp. And then you have a reamp overdrive, which gives a 10 dB boost to your signal in case you've recorded something sort of quiet. I used that before as well, and it really does help. It works. And then, of course, a instrument reamp level. So the cool thing about this is you can sort of just set everything up. You put this basically in between your interface and your guitar rig, and voila, it is all set up and ready to go for you. So there's no kind of guessing once you get to sort of the recording point or get through with the recording point. You don't really have to dial your sound in while you're reamping necessarily, while you're playing sort of the reamp track back. You can just sort of play through your rig like normal. This is sitting in between, and you know, as soon as you press that button, bam, you're getting the same signal. So, all right, so let's check out what this thing does in action. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play a couple clips, and I'm going to use both the unbuffered and the buffered, the active DI input here, and we're going to listen to basically the sound that is coming straight from the guitar. So the DI sounds, as exciting as that is, we can compare those, and then we can also look at the reamped sound from this box versus what I'm getting just going straight from my guitar into my audio interface right now. So let's do that. All right, so I have the Little Labs RedEye 3D plugged back in here. It's on the floor. It's kind of where I have it wired up, but I got a separate camera, little iPhone camera on it. So we'll see how that turns out, so we can press some buttons and all that kind of good stuff. So a little bit about the signal chain. I am playing my, what is this, 2015 Jackson RRXT. This is the X series, got an EMG Fat 55 in the bridge and in the neck. From the guitar, it is going straight into the Little Labs RedEye 3D, and right now I'm going into the passive input that is on the back side of the box. And the reamp side is going into my pedal board, which basically right now just has the Aeros Effects Savage Drive turned on, and a noise gate and a Boss chorus ensemble, just to kind of add a little bit more sweet modulation to the signal. And then going into my 78 JMP 2203 that is up here, a little bit off camera. And then from the amplifier, I am going into this 2 Notes torpedo captor. So one side of my UAD Apollo interface has the signal coming direct from the 2 Notes torpedo captor. The other side is the direct signal from my guitar. Basically just going into that, and I'm using some Jens Bogren IRs for the cabinet sound. All right, so what I want to do right now is I want to play a little bit, and we'll compare both the DI signal from the active and passive inputs on the Little Labs RedEye box, and then we'll also compare the direct signal to the reamp signal. All right, so here we go. Okay, so let's hear what a reamped version of that sounded like. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull out and I'm going to put the input of the guitar into the active input here, the one that requires phantom power. So here we go. All right, so now we're getting signal from the active DI box. Now the literature that comes with this, the user manual, says that basically you want to use the active loop, or sorry, you want to use the active DI with passive pickups and the passive DI with active pickups, which we just did, but I've used on and off the active one with active pickups. I only have guitars with active pickups in them for whatever reason, and it's just a little bit brighter, so not necessarily a bad sound, but I'll just kind of play a little bit and let's compare and see what the active version sounds like, both from the DI signal and then the amped signal, and then the reamped signal. Alright, and there you have it, the Little Labs RedEye 3D direct box and reamp box all in one. Like I said, this thing is really cool. It is really kind of simplified my workflow. Instead of having to use two separate boxes in my home studio here, I'm able to just use one, and it's really easy to switch between recording and reamping just with the flick of a switch. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you tried it, if you liked it. All that kind of stuff. So, all right, thanks for watching. I'm Bryce Van Hoosen. If you like this kind of stuff, please give me a like and a subscribe. It really helps out with the channel and the algorithm, all that kind of stuff. Leave a comment, let me know what you thought as well, and I will see you next time.